Hello, and welcome to the 2023 Bell Advanced Vertical Robotics Competition presented by the REC Foundation. My name is Lisa Schultz, and I'll be your program manager this year. I'm really excited to see your designs to meet this year's challenge. To help kick off this season, let's hear from our competition's founding sponsor, Bell.
My path to engineering started with my first car. I really had no choice. It was the only way I could get to school. Little did I know that this would start me on a path to one day be working on the world's most advanced helicopters. Hi, I'm Jason Hurst, Executive Vice President of Engineering here at Bell. Today, I get the privilege to talk about our 2023 Bell Advanced Vertical Robotics Competition. Vertical lift technology is not easy, and this competition is no different. But we know this is the kind of challenge that attracts incredible students with adventurous spirits. Using drone technology, you'll get your hands on a full engineering cycle from mechanical to electrical, flight controls, coding, or piloting, and you'll be learning everything it takes to win the championship and prepare you for a future career. For many students, this competition may be the first time they work with vertical lift equipment. Like them, our founder Larry Bell was no stranger to being the first to break barriers. Today, Bell's innovative spirit lives on in the company through our people. We are truly pioneers who push boundaries and make the impossible possible. There are simply some missions that can only be accomplished through vertical flight. These are often life-saving, extreme events that require the pinnacle of engineering and teamwork. Many people never get into a helicopter until the day they really need one. Every day, Bell is a part of operations that save lives, fight wildfires, protect the public, and support our troops. It's our goal to respond to the world's wildest and biggest challenges. And it's a unique time in the rotorcraft market, bringing new technologies to military and commercial rotorcraft. For example, we've digitally designed 5 new aircraft in the past 5 years. Nobody in the rotorcraft industry can say that. We're also developing an entirely new type of aircraft that will be able to hover like a helicopter and reach speeds over 400 knots. This technology is creating the next generation of vertical lift aircraft. If you're a student right now, getting into this industry has never been more exciting. That's why this competition is so important. It's a launch pad for an engineering career, designing, developing rotorcraft for the next critical missions. Our interns at Bell make direct impact on new projects with actual hands-on experience. They help us reshape how people will want to move in the future. This competition could be the first barrier you break to create a future that goes beyond flight, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in November.
Before we get to this year's game, I'd like to share a couple of important resources to help teams get prepared this season. First, the qualifying events will be happening in 2 locations this year. The first location will be at UTA in Arlington, Texas. These events will be held the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd weekends in November. The next location will be in Granville, Michigan. These events will take place on the 2nd and 3rd weekends in November. And finally, our championship event. This competition will be held at the Bell Innovation Barn facility in Fort Worth, Texas, the 1st weekend in December. Please go to robotevents.com to learn more about these events and how to register. The next resource is the Bell AVR Forum. Teams should periodically check the forum for important informational updates. Teams can also get technical support for their AVR drone. They can ask Q&A questions about the game manual and also connect with their Bell AVR community. If you still have further questions about the competition or events, please do not hesitate to reach out to your REC Foundation Regional Support Manager, Shelley Brasher. And now, what you've all been waiting for. It is my pleasure to introduce the 2023 Bell AVR Competition Recon, Rescue, and Firefighting Challenge.
Welcome to the 2023 Advanced Vertical Robotics Competition and this year's mission, the AVR Recon, Rescue, and Firefighting Challenge. Once again, the Bell County Fire Department team has been called into action to send its multimodal fleet to the rescue. Each team will have 7 students at the field, 1 AVR drone pilot, 1 navigator, 1 telopilot with a smoke jumper on board, 3 Sphero first responders, and 1 rover fire truck operator. Trouble has erupted on both sides of Bell County. The residential community is about to go up in flames with people stranded on top of buildings and a school that's in danger. On the city side of the county, all 6 of the city buildings are on fire and must be extinguished. There are 3 strategic missions for the team to accomplish during this 5-minute challenge. When the 30-second Phase 1 autonomous recon mission begins, the Bell County Fire Department's first priority is to engage all hands on deck to survey the entire county using all of their autonomous resources. Manual actions are allowed during Phase 1, but point values will be significantly lower. To execute the recon mission, the AVR drone takes off to survey the city buildings, identifies an April tag on the tallest building, and returns to the helipad. The Tello drone flies to the schoolhouse for a critical drop-off mission to land the smoke jumper into the school and return to the helipad. And the Sphero first responders take on the ground mission to travel around each of the residential buildings while the Rover fire truck surveys the perimeter of the city buildings, all to gather recon info to prepare for the real work. Once the Phase 1 autonomous recon time has expired, the Phase 2 rescue mission begins. To rescue the stranded people, the AVR drone must transport the first responders to the rooftops. Since the residential buildings could start on fire at any moment, the AVR drone must determine which building has an active hotspot using their thermal sensor camera. Once that building is identified, the AVR drone must drop off a first responder to rescue those people who are in most danger before moving on to the other buildings. The first responders must coordinate closely with the Rover fire truck below to make sure that the stranded people are safely rescued when launched from the fire escape platform. At any time during Phase 2, the Tello drone takes on a recon flight to the city skybridge to identify if the red or blue zone is safe for the stranded people. When all of the people are rescued and secured on the Rover fire truck, they're transported to the proper safe zone designated by the Tello drone. When the final rescues are completed on the tops of the buildings, the AVR drone transports the first responders back to the ground. After 60 seconds of Phase 2, teams can begin the Phase 3 firefighting mission, and Phase 2 can continue in parallel with Phase 3 until the match ends. The Phase 3 firefighting mission requires the AVR drone to extinguish all 12 window fires across the city buildings. The AVR drone has free reign to extinguish the fires by dropping water balls and shooting water hose lasers until all of the building fires have ceased. If the team is able to extinguish all of the 6 city buildings before the 5-minute match is up, a city flare-up will occur and the AVR drone goes back to work to extinguish as many fires as possible until the match ends. At the end of the match, additional points are given if all of the support crew are parked inside the fire station and the aerial drones are landed on the fire station helipads. Be sure to read all the rules and the scoring system in the game manual, and we will see you in November.
Wow, that looks like an exciting game. Teams, don't forget to check out the REC Foundation Bell AVR website to view the full game manual and learn all the details about this year's challenge. Good luck, teams, and I look forward to seeing you at events.